Hello and welcome into the Real Highlighter Sports Podcast. Whether you're a passionate fan following your favorite team or looking to make informed decisions on your fantasy roster, our goal is to make sure that we offer valuable insights that will assist you along the way. Whether you're seeking game recaps, player updates, or simply looking for some sports-related entertainment, the Real Highlighter Sportscast is here to deliver. Alright, so now that my intro is done, let's dive right into it. Today's episode is going to be NFL Week 10 and what's going on, 5 things to look out for. But before we start with that, let's go over a quick recap of last night's game. It was Carolina Panthers inside Chicago playing the Bears. And there's not much really going on with this matchup. Very low scoring game. The first touchdown would come from Amir Smith-Marset, and it would be a 79-yard punt return for a touchdown. After that, there'd be a few field goals. The Bears kicked a field goal. Panthers came back, kicked a field goal. Bears field goal. Bears field goal. And then we finally get Deontay Foreman with a 4-yard punch in. And that would put Chicago up 16-10. Heading into the fourth quarter, Panthers would get a field goal. And pretty much at the end, Pinheiro would try to tie the game up for Panthers, and he would come up short there, and it would leave a final score of 16-13. Chicago takes it. In the passing category, Bryce Young would be 21 for 38 for 185 yards. Tyson Bagent would be 20 for 33 on 162 yards. Both of the two had no passing touchdowns, no interceptions, so that's good. Of course, in the rushing category, Foreman would take it, 21 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Chuba Hubbard, on the other side, only had 9 carries for 23 yards. Over in the receiving category, we got Mike Strachan. He had 1 catch for 45 yards. DJ Moore, 5 catches, 58 yards. Cole Kmet, 5 catches, 45 yards. And then we've got Adam Thielen would lead in receptions. With 42 yards, 10 targets. He is just high volume, and he is catching some passes and getting a lot of looks this year. And last but not least, over on the defensive side, we've got Frankie Lavu. He had 11 tackles, 6 solo. Derek Brown, 10 tackles, 9 solo. Over on the Bears side, we got TJ Edwards. He had 12 total tackles, 5 solo. Jaquan Brisker, 9 tackles, 5 solo. Also, Justin Jones, he had 7 solo tackles and 3 quarterback hits. So, yeah, that was pretty deadbeat ball game there. Not much going on. But, yeah, 16-13, Chicago takes it. Now, let's jump into 5 things to look out for in Week 10 coming up this Sunday and Monday night. First thing I want to cover is the man, Kyler Murray. He's coming back after 11 months of being gone off the ACL tear. As many people know, this is a serious injury, It can slow you down and even takes longer for some players to come back from. 11 months is pretty good. I'd say about average. But for a high-speed, high-volume, good passer, good runner, great all-around quarterback like him, This is the moment of truth. He's missing out on money. He's missing out on playing. There's money out there for him, but I think he wants to play, and I know he wants to play. You got to think with Arizona on your back, he's the star player. They are 1-8 this year, guys. With them being 1-8, wouldn't you think if Kyler Murray is coming back? When they're 1-8, they're going to have to put some fuel in there, He's going to come back with a vengeance. And he's going to come back, I guarantee you, he's going to have a good day. He's going to put up at least 25 fantasy points. I think he will slide right back in there. They'll be playing a 4-5 Atlanta Falcons ball team. A really bold prediction for me is I think that Kyler Murray will get out of the pocket and do some running. I think he'll be running around more than what people are expecting with him coming off this injury. They're playing Atlanta, and it's in Arizona. Atlanta is the 28th defense against passing quarterbacks. So you know what that means. He can hit the air. All right. All right. Now here's my thing. Atlanta is 6th overall against the run. All right. And they have not played a quarterback that can run around like Kyler Murray. And I'm telling you, he's going to run more. He's not going to turn into a pocket passer. He's going to still be moving because that's him. That's him. And I feel it. He's coming back running around. Atlanta has played, Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence. They have not played Kyler Murray. I know he's coming off the injury, but this is a good time for Kyler to break that edge. And I honestly see the Cardinals coming in here and winning this game by at least 10 points. They've got Atlanta favored, but Kyler's going to come in 1-8, and they're going to be 2-8 after this weekend. Second thing we're going to talk about will be another quarterback, Will Levis of the Tennessee Titans. They are traveling down to Tampa Bay, and Will be up against the 29th overall defense against the quarterback, okay? After being one of the top quarterback prospects in the draft last year, Will, he sat about half the season. You got other quarterbacks in this class that have been getting burn time. He's been sitting back, learning things behind the scenes, second string, and he comes in 2 weeks ago, and he throws 4 touchdowns, right? 4 touchdowns, 19 completions. Last week, he throws no touchdowns on 22 completions. So, he's averaging 2 touchdowns a game. I think he'll come in and throw 2 touchdowns. Both teams are 3-5. Tennessee has not won a game on the road yet, and it's his 3rd game in the NFL. First game was good. Second game, he fell off. I think this is his get-back game, and he's going to give Tennessee their first win on the road this weekend. They're sitting on the bottom of the AFC South, 3-5. Indianapolis is 4-5. Houston's 4-4. They're right there. Jacksonville's leading it by a long stretch of 6-2. But if they start playing some good ball, they've got a chance, to get into a wild card game or something. You've got DeAndre Hopkins and Derrick Henry on one offense. DeAndre's still got it in the tank. So get Derrick Henry a rushing touchdown or 2. Get DeAndre Hopkins, feed him the ball, get him 8 receptions. Get your tight end Okonkwo, get him involved, and lock down on defense. Right now, I think it's the offense, though. Will's got to get comfortable in there, and they're going to start winning some ball games over there. The number 3 thing for me this week would probably be Seattle taking on the Washington Commanders at home. I just have a good feeling the offense of Seattle is going to turn that volume up. They're going to turn it up. DK Metcalf is currently questionable. Tyler Lockett, he's a lock, literally. I think that Tyler Lockett has a good game. DK, if he plays, I think he has a good game. I believe Kenneth Walker is also set to go. He didn't practice Wednesday. He practiced fully Thursday, so you can count on Kenneth Walker to be there. Washington is usually there's a lot of the games that they've been playing recently have been close. Last week, they would find themselves beating the Patriots 20-17. The week before that, they lose to the Eagles by 7 points. The week before that, they lose to the Giants by 7 points. And I think that Seattle will kind of, disperse that. I think that Seattle's going to come in there and want this win. They're 5-3. The Commanders are 4-5. But something's telling me Seattle's going to come in here and pass this ball and have some fun in the air this game. And for number 4 on my lookout list for Week 10 will be, will Keaton Mitchell play a big part moving forward? Keaton Mitchell, the most added player this week on NFL fantasy apps, only needed 14 offensive snaps and 9 carries to make himself known in Sunday's 37-3 win over Seattle. He's a 21-year-old rookie running back that ran for 138 yards and a touchdown in the garbage time minutes of the Seattle game last week. Now, very quickly, if he was in at the end of the ball game, I think that, that was his role. They were trying him out. I do not think he will completely hop over Gus Edwards. I think he's worth a stash if you are a powerful team in your fantasy to maybe stash him, hold on, see if Gus Edwards maybe gets hurt, something happens, or maybe he just outperforms them. On the other side, I do not think he's worth the hype of picking up if you eagerly need a running back, flex position, etc. I would look somewhere else, maybe look into a trade if you are wanting to start Keaton Mitchell in hopes of turning your fantasy season around. All right, and that brings us to the fifth and final topic today, and it will be the legendary Davante Adams. The question is, are we benching him this week? Some people believe that the Jets would be a good week to do so, okay? I don't think it's necessary to sit Davante Adams, knowing he can explode any game. I know some people need guaranteed points and wouldn't really have anybody to replace him with, or they may have, a Tank Dale type of person. But the realistic thing is it's Davante Adams. Kind of how I look at DeAndre Hopkins. This guy, he's running his routes. If the quarterback's not there all the way, you got to roll the dice on Davante Adams. You can't sit that man. With his route running abilities and some of the monster games he's put up, even a few this year, with what's been going on in his slope of going down right now, I think it's going to be like a stock. And it's going to shoot back up either this week, next week, maybe the week after that. But he's not done. He's got plenty left in him. You've got to look past the picture. We know his situation over there in Oakland. He's not too happy playing ball over there. But we got to ride with him. It's still Davante Adams. You can't take that away from him. Because if you can't trust the man just because of some fantasy points, I think that you shouldn't have any business having him on your team. You believed in him in the first round, beginning of the second round of the draft, you got to rock with those first, second round draft picks. Because that's why he is so high, because we know what he can bring to the table. So I say give him one more chance. If you're one of these people that is doubting him or nervous or scared, just roll with it, And if not, put him up for trade, put him on the bench, do what you do. But, don't be upset if he pops off for a quick 35 points this week.